So now that we have our shipping screen, we have our checkout steps component, we want to now do the payment screen. So let's create the screen first. So under screens here, I'm going to create payment screen. And it's actually a payment method screen. This isn't where we make the payment, this is where we choose the payment method. And like I said earlier on, we're going to be using PayPal, which also allows you to just use a debit or credit card, but we're making it scalable so that if you want to add something else later, you can. We're going to save the payment method in the state, and you'll be able to change that easily. You can just add a new radio box with the payment method, and then just integrate however, Stripe has a specific API that you integrate and so on. And we're going to do PayPal, but again, we'll leave it open for other payment methods as well. So from here, let's just copy the shipping screen. Make this a little bit easier on us so we don't have to keep typing the same stuff over and over. So up here, we're going to bring in form button. We're also going to bring in call. And we want use dispatch and use selector, the form container, the checkout steps. And then we're going to have an action called save payment method. And that's going to be from cart actions. Then let's change shipping screen to payment screen. Also change it down at the bottom. So we want to change this to payment screen. And let's see, up here we do want the shipping address brought in because we want to redirect if there's no shipping address. So actually right here, let's just say if no shipping address, because they shouldn't be at the payment screen if there's no shipping address. So then we'll history dot push, and we want to then take them to /shipping. All right, now as far as the component level state, we're only going to need one, and it's going to be the payment method. So let's say payment method, and then this will be set payment method. Okay, because we're going to have one form field, which is going to be a radio button. And for use state, we want the default. So for default, I'm going to pass in PayPal. Okay, so that's going to be our default payment method. And let's see, for the submit handler, we're going to dispatch an action called save payment method, and that's going to take in the payment method. Okay, so whatever is selected in the form, and then we're going to go ahead and push after that to the place order screen. Now down here in the form container, we do want the checkout steps, although I want to add step 3 because that's where we're at. Let's change this to payment method, and on submit we'll call the submit handler, and then for this I'm going to just get rid of all these form groups here, and we'll keep the button at the bottom, but let's get rid of those because we're gonna have one form group that's gonna have some radio buttons. So let's say form.group, and in here let's say form, and this is gonna be the label. So form dot, oh, there it goes again doing that stupid thing. So we'll close this and then do form label. And in here, let's actually make this a legend. So we'll say as legend, and for the label, we'll just say select method. And then underneath that, I'm going to have a call. And in this call, we're going to have our checkboxes. They're actually going to be radio buttons, but we use form.check. Just make sure it's not messing this up. Okay, so form.check, and this is going to take in a type, which is going to be radio, because we don't want, not radius, we don't want to be able to check more than one pay method, so we're going to use radio buttons. For the label, I'm going to say PayPal or credit card, just because you can pay with just a credit card. You don't actually need a PayPal account. And then ID, we'll call PayPal, and let's give it a name of payment method, Let's make that an uppercase M. So name payment method, and then let's give this a value. The value is going to be PayPal. And let's make this checked by default. So we'll add in checked. And then on the on change, we want to have our function here, which is going to call set payment method. And we're going to pass in here whatever the value is. So e.target e.target.value. Now, like I said, it's going to be easy for you to add something else. So for instance, if you add another check here, we could call this Stripe, give this an ID of Stripe, name is payment method, the value would be Stripe, take off checked, and then if you select this, then it would be set to Stripe. All right, and I'll just comment that out after, but just to show you that it's easy, so we can add a new method, and then when we dispatch the save payment method action, Stripe will be saved. And then you can check that, when you go to place the order. So down here in the button, this can actually stay the same. It's just going to say continue. So let's save this. Now we need to create this save payment method action, which is going to be pretty similar to when we save the shipping address. So let's go to our cart actions. Actually, let's go to our constants first, cart constants, and we'll copy this down, and this is going to be cart save payment method. And over here we'll say cart save payment method. Okay, so we'll bring that in up here. Cart save payment method, and I'm just going to copy save shipping address, and let's change this to save payment method, and what this will get passed in is the payment method. I guess we'll just keep that as data. And then we want to dispatch cart save payment method and pass the data as the payload. And then again, we do want to save this to local storage. So let's say payment method, and we'll save that. Now we have to create this in our reducer, in our cart reducer. So let's go there and let's bring that in. Okay, and we'll go down here and we'll just copy save shipping address and paste that in. So this will be save payment method, and then we want to return state, and the payload is going to be the payment method. So now let's go back to our shipping screen. We have this filled out. We'll click continue. Oh, we didn't add the route. So we have to go to app.js, and let's bring in our payment screen. So payment screen, and let's just copy that. This will be /payment, and this will load the payment screen. And there we go. Let's see, this is kind of squished together here. Let's see, what can we do to fix that? So we have our form container. I don't know why it looks so squished. We have our form group. Oh, the form group it ends here. Form group should end right after the call, I believe, right? So form group, we have the label. Yeah, so let's save that. That should look a little better. There we go. And now you can see you can choose different payment methods here, and whatever you choose is going to get saved in the state. I'm not going to keep Stripe. I just wanted to show you that you can easily add it, and that will get added as the payment method in the state. So I'm just going to copy that. Comment that out, and just keep PayPal or credit card selected. And then when we click continue here, you'll see that cart save payment method was called, and we have payment method as PayPal in our state. All right, so we have the payment, we have the shipping, the payment screen. The next step would be to create the place order screen. Now, in that place order screen, when we click place order, it's going to create a new order in the database, and we don't have any routes for orders set up in the back end. So in the next video, we'll create the place order screen, but then in order to actually have the order placed, we'll have to go into the back end and create an order, create order route. All right, so we'll do the screen next, and then we'll move to the back end.